Hello, welcome to another lecture on reasoning ability and problem solving. We were doing Alphanumeric series and this is the second part. So in the last lecture, I told you that Alphanumeric series is an amalgamation of two words, alphabet plus numbers. So in alphanumeric series, we have 7 types of problems and we will discuss each type in detail in today's lecture. So let us start with letter series, which is also called alphabet series. So there were a few concepts that we discussed. Go through them quickly once again. So if we write the alphabets like this, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. So this is a concept that we studied called opposite letters, in which A is opposite to Z, B is opposite to Y, C is opposite to X, and so on until M is opposite to N. So this is also a concept that is used to solve alphanumeric series. Then another concept that we studied was forward rank. So in forward rank, we assigned a number in ascending order to each of these alphabets. So A was 1, B F6, similarly 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and Z is ranked at 20. So based on this, E was ranked at 5, J was 10, O was ranked at 15, T was ranked at 20, and similarly Y was ranked at 25. So this was also a shortcut that we learned to remember the ranks. Then we learned another concept called backward ranking. So in backward ranking, we rank them in descending order. So we start from Z, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 24, and A is ranked at 26. Then we learned that the summation of forward rank plus backward rank is always equals to 27. So as you can see here, for A it is 1 plus 26, D it is 4 plus 23, similarly H it is 19 plus 8, and you can take any example to say that the forward rank in the back is equals to 27. Then we also learned a concept of loop, in which I told you that, for example, if we have to move 2 positions forward of Z, okay, so we'll go back in the loop. We'll start again from A. This is called the concept of looping, right? If we have to write Z plus, okay, just a second. Okay, if we have to write Z plus 3 ranks, we'll go back to A. We'll start back from A. So we'll go 1 rank, 2 rank, 3 rank. That will be C. Similarly, if we have to move from, let's say, X, 3 ranks from X. So from X, we'll count 1, 2, 3, and this will give us A. So we studied this concept of looping as well. So based on all these concepts, let us understand some more questions on letter series and alphanumeric series. Okay, so from A we are jumping to E, E we are jumping to I we are jumping to M, and we have to find out what will come after M. So how do we solve series? We basically identify a pattern or a logic to come up to the next term or the missing term. So if I put ranking over here, A will be ranked at 1, E will be ranked at 5, I will be ranked at 9, M will be ranked at 13. So we have to find the next series. It's very easy. I can see, let me just remove certain things for you to understand this better. Okay. Yeah. So if I move forward 4 ranks, we will come at the 5th rank. If I move forward 4 ranks, we'll come at the 9th rank. And similarly, if I move forward 4 ranks, we'll come at the 13th rank. So we have to move forward 4 ranks. So 13 plus 4 ranks, that will give us the 17th rank, 17th forward rank. So 17th forward rank is which one? It is Q, this one. So our answer will be option 1, Q. This is the solution. We are increasing by 4 positions in alphabetical order. Okay. Now let us move on to the next question. Here also we can do the ranking method, or I also told you you can use the shortcut, which is AJOT, to remember the ranks. Or what you can do, you can use it, you can count it on your fingers also. Okay. So B is positioned at 2, D is positioned at 4, G is positioned at 7, K is positioned at 11. So this is different. Let us try to find out. If I add 2 to 2, I get the 4th rank, right? If I add 3, I'll get 7th rank. If I add 4, I'll get the 11th rank. So we are moving 2 position forward, then 3 position forward, then 4 position forward. So if we are doing this, that means if we logically follow, then I have to move 5 position forward now. From which place? From the previous place. Previous place was 11th rank. So if I move from 11th rank position forward, the 16th forward rank, 16th forward rank is of which alphabet? P, C. You can use your shortcut. O is 15, P comes just after O, so it will be 16th. So the answer will be third option, P. So here it is mentioned that the pattern in the series is that the letters are increasing by 2, by 3, by 4, and so on. So this is what we studied. There's a plus 2, plus 3, plus 4, and then we increase the position by 5, and we got P. This is your answer. Okay, so what are the major concepts that I told you? First, forward rank. This is used in almost questions. In most questions, forward rank is used. Then I told you backward rank. In backward rank also we get questions, but they're not that common. But we do get questions on backward rank. Then I told you about opposite letters. Also, very important. Okay. And then I told you about the loop. This is very important to understand the questions. Okay. Now, if you remember in the previous lecture, I told you that if we have an alphanumeric series, we'll study this more in detail later on in this lecture only. But if we have something like A1, B2, C3, D4, this is an alphanumeric series that has an alphabet and a numerical. In these type of questions, what we do is first we find the logic between alphabets or numbers and then the other term. Okay, so how do we solve these questions? We have to find individual logics, okay, based on the element. If there is a symbol, let's say there is a symbol like this. So there is a logic that is followed for the symbol as well. It is single, then double, then single, then double. So we have to find individual logics. But what about if we get something like this? Then there is no difference. It's all letters only. There is no number, there is no symbol. So what do we do? In these type of questions also, you have to find the logic between the first element, so these elements, and then you have to find the logic between the second element, which is these one. So basically, there are two series in one. First series is A, B, C, D, and so on. And the second series is B, D, F, H, and so on. So you have to find logics individually for both these series and then come at a term which represent both these series. Okay. Now, before we do this, I also talked about a approach called elimination. So whenever we solve questions for bank exams, we have to make sure that we follow the approach of elimination. That is, we remove as many options as we can before we start solving the question or throughout the process of solving the question. This reduces the time for us to solve the question. For example, I can very clearly see that this is increasing. It is increasing from A to B to C to D, right? So I can very clearly eliminate this option just by looking. Why? Because this is starting from C and these are in an increasing order, right? So C will not come. So I can very easily eliminate C. Therefore, it is important for us to eliminate questions, eliminate options. That means two positions are increasing. B is position 2, then this is 4. F is position 6 and H is position 8. This is known to us, right? So I can clearly see that we are moving 2 positions ahead. So that means we have to go 2 positions ahead now. From 8th, we have to go to the 10th rank. 10th rank, we can clearly find out if you know the shortcut AJOTI, or if you remember, this was 5 and this was 10. So the 10th rank is J. So second element will be J. So your answer should be 4th. Then I told you also learn to remember cubes. So 1 till 15 or 20 or more if you can, but this much you should know. So 1 cube is 1, 2 cube is 8, 3 cube is, sorry. 3 cube is 27, 4 cube is 64. How do we denote cubes? 4 into 4 into 4. This is cube. How do we denote square? Square 2 into 2. This is squaring, right? Similarly, 5 cube. 5 into 5 into 5, 125. So this you have to remember up till 15 and 20. Then you should also know what are odd numbers and what are even numbers. Even numbers 2, 4, 6, so on. Odd numbers 1, 3, 5, 7, and so on. This is what you should remember, okay? And this is what should be on your tips, right? So we solved this one. The answer was 4th option, Y. See, they are increasing with So this is the answer to this question. The letters are denoted by squares of the next number, right? Let us move on to this question. Now I can see Z is ranked at 26. W is ranked at 23. T is ranked at 20. Q is ranked at 17. So I can see clearly that the series is decreasing. We are going in a descending order, or the elements are in a decreasing order, right? So from 26, if we go back 3 positions, we'll get 23. If 23, we'll go back 3 positions, we'll get the 20th position. If from 20 position, we go back 3 positions, we get 17th position. And similarly, if we go from 3 positions back from 17th, we'll get the 14th position. So 14th position is of which alphabet? It is of N. So the answer will be option 4, N. Okay. Then we have number series problem. So in number series, again, I told you should remember the primes. Then you should know what are squares and square roots. Very important. And then you should know cube and cube roots. Okay. So let us solve this one. I can see there's an increase of 4. 2 plus 4 equals to 6. Then 6 plus 6 equals to 12. Then 12 plus 8 equals to 20. So I can see that the pattern is that we are increasing them by 2, right? 4 plus 2, 6 plus 2. So 8 plus 2 will be 10. And we'll add it in the previous term, which is 20. So our answer will be 30. So option number 2 will be our answer. Here. Okay, this is the solution. Then let us understand this series. I can see it is 5 plus 7, which will give us 12. Okay, I know this relation. This is the relation between 32 and 45. So in 32, if I add 13, will I get 45? Yes. So there is an addition of 13 and there is an addition of 7. So I can see these are odd numbers, right? Now, I told you that whenever we have an element that is missing from the middle, whenever we need to find such an element, we need to establish the relationship between the previous term as well as the next term. So let us try and make a logical series out of this, right? So if I add 7, if I add 9, if I add 11, and if I add 13, is in this increasing order. Will that make a logical sequence? Yes. So let us add 7 to 5, we got 12. Now let us add 12 plus 9, we'll get 21. Now in 21, if we add 11, we'll get 32. And in 32, if we add 13, we get 45. So is the number 21 40 within the logic? Therefore, our answer will be option 2, 21. Now, let us look at this series. I can say 1 plus 1 equals to 2, right? I can say 2 plus 2 equals to 4. I can say 4 plus 3 equals to 7. And I can say 7 plus 4 equals to 11. So very simple logic is being followed, that we are adding one number more than the last time. So we'll add one number more than the last time in the previous term, which is 11. So 11 plus 5, we'll get 16. So our answer will be second, that is 16. Okay, so this is the solution. First we're adding 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, and the answer is 16. Okay, not this. Okay, one more thing. Whenever in number series, you have to first see what kind of series or pattern is being followed. Okay, there are basically four things that can happen. It could be an addition series, it could be a subtraction series, it could be a multiplication series, or it could be a division series. Now, what do you mean by all of this? Basically, in the previous question, like this question, we were adding something. So we added 1, then we added 2, then we added 3. So I can see, when I look at the series, I can see that they're increasing, but the numbers by which they're increasing is not huge. They're increasing by just 1, then 2, then 3. So I can make out this series is probably a addition series. Okay, this is just for our reference. This is a shortcut that we can apply. When I see a growing series, but the growth is not by many numbers, I can assume that it is an addition series, that we are adding something to reach the next element. But when I see a series like this, where the numbers are increasing by a lot, so here the number increased by 6, okay, then a huge number, then a huge number. So I can try and assume that this is probably a multiplication series, that we are doing some sort of multiplication to the previous number to get the next number. This is by looking at the series. This may or may not follow, that we have to check and find the answer. But our approach is that whenever we see the series increasing by a big number, we can try and find the element by assuming that this is a multiplication series. Now let us check whether our assumption is correct or not. Okay, so if I multiply 3 by 3, I'll get 9. If I multiply 9 by 3, I'll get 27. If I multiply 27 by 3, I'll get 81. So my intuition is correct. What I assumed that it was a multiplication series. That holds correct, because each number is being multiplied by next number. Do we have this option? Yes, we do have this option. So this should be your answer. Okay. Now let us look at this one. Now let us look at this question. We have 21, then 30, 39, 51, 66. So let us try to find the logic. From 30, if we are going to 39, we are adding 9. If from 39 we are going to 51, that is, we are adding 12. Just calculate, right? 51 minus 39 will give us 12. If from 51 we are going to 66, that means we are adding 15. Then only we'll get 66. So I can figure out that this is a multiple of 3, this is a multiple of 3, this is a multiple of 3. We talked about tables, right? So 3 will give us 9, 3 4 times will give us 12. Similarly, 3 5 times will give us 15. So we need 2 more such terms. Let's say these are the 2 terms that we have to add. Okay. Now if I add 3 into this, I'll get 24. And if I add 6 into this, I'll get 30. Before this, we had 21. So now this should be my answer. And I have to check whether it follows the logic with the previous term and the next term. So 24 follows the same logic, that is that we are adding the table of 3 to each element? Yes, it does. So our answer would be option number 3, 24. Okay. Now let us look at this series, Alpha-Numeric Mix Series problems. So in this we have alphabet plus numbers. And we have to apply individual logic to elements. Right? This is an amalgamation of two series, like I said. So there are two series in this. First series is the alphabet series that is being followed, and we have to find the next term. Then there is the number series that is being followed, 6, 3, 9, 12, and we have to find the next term. So two series are being followed, right? So let us look at the numbers first. We can clearly see that these are multiple of 3s. 3 into 1, 3 into 2, 3 into 3, and 3 into 4. So logically we'll get 3 into 5, that is 15. Now I can see two options with 15, this one and this one. So these two will be eliminated. What are we following? We are following elimination approach. Now I have to figure out whether it would be E or it would be F. So again, very easy. If we look at the series, we are going from A to B to C to D. So we are just increasing by 1. Yeah. So from D we'll increase by 1 and we'll get E. So our answer will be E15. That will be our answer. This is the answer. So we basically have two different set of series which is mixed into one, and we have to find the individual logic to arrive at the answer. Now let us look at this one. First, let us look at the number series. The number series is 4, 8, 16, and 32. If I look at the series, because there's a jump of bigger numbers, as I told you. So I can say this looks like a multiplication series. Yes, it does. It does look like a multiplication series. Let's find out. If we multiply this by 2, will we get 8? Yes. If we multiply it by 2, we can get 16. If we multiply it by 2, we'll get 32. So we'll multiply it by 2 to get the next term, which will be 64. Now again, I can say two options with 64. So these two options are eliminated. Elimination approach. Right? Now let us look at the alphabets. So alphabets, it is going from A to C to E to G, and then we have to find out. A is ranked 1, C is ranked 3, E is ranked 5, G is ranked 7. So very clearly this is a series of addition of odd numbers, right? 1, 3, 5, 7, and then 9th. So the alphabet which has 9th forward rank is which one? It is I. So your answer will be I-64. Option number 3. That will be your answer. Okay. So let us move on to the next question. This one. Again, let us treat them separately. First, let us find the logic for the alphabets. U plus 1 V, W. If we add plus 1, it will be X. If we add plus 1 to this, it will be Y. And if we add plus 1 to this, it will be Z. So very easily we find out that the letter will be X. Sorry. Yeah. So the letter will be X, right? So all of these options as X, we cannot eliminate right now. Let us look at the numbers. So the numbers are going from 2 to 4 to 6. Then there's a missing term, then 10 and 12. So according to me, this is 2 plus 2, this is 4 plus 2, this is 6 plus 2, which will be 8, then plus 2, and then plus 2. So this logic is being followed. Now we have to check whether the term that we have arrived at x8. This is the term according to us, whether it satisfies the logic for the previous term and the next term. Yes, WXY and 6, 8, 10. It does follow the same pattern, the same logic. Hence, this is correct and the answer will be 1x8. Okay. Now let us look at this one. Again, number series, I can see very easily this is a series of squares. And we have to find the next term. So 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, 4 square, and we'll go 5 square. So here we'll have 25. We have 25 in 3 options, so let us eliminate this one. Okay, then the alphabets. So alphabets, this is position 2, this is position 4, F is positioned as 6, H is positioned at 8. So increasing even number series. So we have to find the 10th forward rank, which is J. If you know the shortcut, it's very easy. Right? So according to me, the answer will be J25. Option number 2, it is correct. Okay. Now this series. Again, let us see the alphabets first. It is A, C, E, G, and then we have to find the next alphabet, right? So A is ranked 1, C is ranked 3, E is ranked 5, and G is ranked 7. So the next, automatically, these are all odd numbers increasing. So it will be the 9th rank. And the 9th rank is of which alphabet? 9th rank is of I. So we have 2 options for I. Let us eliminate these 2 options. Okay, understood? Now let us come to the numbers. I can say 2 plus 3 is 5, right? From 5, we are going to 10. So we are adding 5 to it. From 10, if we are going to 17, we are adding 7 to it. Again, I can see these are all odd numbers increasing. 3, 5, 7, and then comes 9. So if I add 9 and 7, I'll get 26. So this should be the next element for numbers. So if we put them together, it will be I26. So 1 should be your answer. Okay. Now let us look at mixed series. So in mixed series, I told you there will be alphabet plus numbers plus symbols, right? All these 3 things will be in the mixed series, and we have to find out individual logic for all these 3. So if we look at this series, there are 3 series which are joined to form one series. How? The numbers are following another series, the letters are forming a different series, and the symbols are also forming a different series. So first, let us look at the alphabets, right? Alphabets are going D, G, J, and then we have to find out. So D is 4th position, G is 7th position, and J is 10th position. So there is an increment of 3 positions, right? So if we are increasing each position by 3, then we have to increase this position also by 3. We have to come at the 13th position, and 13th rank is of M. Okay, so our first term will be M. Now let us go to the symbols. In symbols, if we are talking, I can see first there is one hashtag, then it is doubled, then one more is added. So I can say that the symbol is increased by 1 in each step. So we'll 4 hashtags, right? So after this, we'll get 4 symbols. 2, 3. See, these one have only 3, so I can eliminate them. Elimination approach, right? Now let us go to the numbers. In numbers, I can see so we also have to increase by 4. When we increase 12 by 4, we get 16. So the term here should be 16. So our entire term, if we put together, will be M, then 4 times the symbol, and then 16. So option 1 will be your answer. Okay. Now this one. Similarly, we'll do this one, right? First, let us look at the symbols. There's 1 symbol, then 2 symbol, then 1 symbol, then 1 symbol. So logically 2 symbols will come here. Okay, this is something like this. Then 2 symbols, second element, symbol, then one symbol. So two symbols will come. I can eliminate these two options right away. Now I have to find the answer between these two elements only. Here it is clear it is K because it is given in the option, but let's see what is the logic. B is second rank, E is fifth rank, H is 8th rank, N is 14th rank. So I can very clearly see this is an addition of 3 more ranks, right? We are going 3 positions ahead of second rank, 3 positions ahead of 8th rank. If we go 3 positions ahead of 8th rank, 9, 10, 11, and then 3 positions. So we have to find the 11th rank, which is of K, right? So let me write the answer. So we'll get 2 symbols and we'll get K. This is what we find out. So our option depends on the numbers now. In numbers, I can see that these are multiples of 3. The 50. 3 into 1, 3. So we have to find 3 into 4, which is 12, and 3 into 5. Or you can see these are increasing by 3. Plus 3, plus 3, plus 3, plus 3. So here we get 12. So K12 and double the symbols. So this will be your answer. Option 1 will be your answer to such alphanumeric series. Okay. Now let us look at this one. So if I look at the symbol is not changing. It is constant. We are getting this throughout the series, right? So the symbol is not changing. There will be some mixed series in which one element will not be changing. Then if you look at the numbers, it is very easy. We are going 4, 8, 16. So we are multiplying this by 2. We are multiplying this by 2. And we should multiply this by 2 to get 32. So straight away I know that my answer is 2 because I can eliminate all these 3 options. Okay, but let us check. So dollar is constant and then we get 32. Now let us look at the alphabets. So K is positioned at 11, M is positioned at 13, O is positioned at 15. You can, if you know Ajoti, it's very easy. 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25. Okay, so O is positioned at 15. I can very clearly see this is an increment of 2 positions. So if we increase 2 positions, we have to go to the 17th position. And so our answer will be this, option number 2. So this is how you use elimination, because of elimination I found out that 32 will be the answer, right? So I eliminated all these 3. I was stuck with only second option, which is the correct answer for me. But for you guys, I solved it further. But this is how you solve basically. Now let us look at this one. So let us first understand the symbols. I can see that there are 3 symbols. Then there are 2 symbols. No symbol should come in this element. So only eliminate this and this. Sorry. No symbols should come. So I can clearly eliminate this and this because no symbol should come. Now if we look at the numbers, we are going 5, 10, 20. So clearly we are multiplying this by 2 to get the next element. So if we multiply 20 by 2, we'll get 40, right? So 40. And then if we look at the alphabets, K is positioned at 11, M is positioned at 13, O is positioned at 15. We are increasing the positions by 2. So if we increase the positions by 2, we have to find the 17th rank, which is Q. So the answer will be Q40. I hope this is clear. Okay. Now let us move on. Over here, I see 2 symbols. There are 2 symbols. One is this one and one is this one, right? So I don't have to find out individual logics for this symbol, but I have to find out together what is the logic. In this, I can say it is written as this. In this, the symbolic part is written as this. Here it is written as this. So after 2, it started repeating. Let's check. Here it is written as this. Yes, repeating. So in the next element, we should have something like this if it is repeating. So I can eliminate this option. I can eliminate this option. Only these two options has something like this. Okay. Now let us look at the alphabets. D is positioned at 4, 5, 6, 7. So the eighth rank. Eighth rank is of which alphabet? Eighth rank is of H. So clearly we'll get H, and then we have to find the number. The symbol we have already found. This is the symbol, and now we have to find the number. So in number, I can see there's an increment of 3. How? 3 plus 3 is giving me 6. 6 plus 3 is giving me 9. Between the previous element and also the relationship between the next element. So this is how we have to find out. Okay, over here, I can see 4 plus 3 will give me 7. 7 plus 4 will give me 11 plus 5 will give me 16. So I can see that the additions are increasing by 1. So I have to add 6 now. To which number? To the previous number. So we'll get 22. So your answer will be option number 2, 22. Okay. Then missing elements again. A is positioned at 1. C is positioned at 3. F is positioned at 6. J is positioned at 10. I can't. Is this an odd number series? No. Is this an even number series? No. I can't find the logic. So let's try to get some logic into this. So if I add 3 positions, I'll get 6. If I add 4 positions, I'll get 10. So what are we doing? We are increasing the number of positions that are being added. So now I'll go 5 positions further to the previous term, which will give us the 15th forward rank. Is O. So the answer will be option number 3, O. Okay. Now, let us look at this one. It is increasing by a lot of numbers. I told you there are 4 types, right? There's addition, there's subtraction, there's multiplication and division, right? I can see that the numbers are increasing by a lot. For the first two, no, but this again took a big jump. And from here to here, we are taking a big jump. So we have to find out something maybe related to multiplication. Okay, that something related to multiplication is happening in this series, right? So if there is no direct multiplication, 2 into 3 we can write 6, but how did we go from 6 to 14? If we multiply 2 by 2, we'll get 12. If we multiply it by 3, we'll get 18. So how did we get 14? So straight up multiplication is also not happening. So maybe we are multiplying, but also we are adding or subtracting something in this series. We are putting 2 operations in this series, right? Because I tried with addition. This is a big jump, so probably not an addition series. It is going upwards, so probably not a subtraction or a division series, right? So maybe it is a mixture of multiplication and addition series. Can we find out? Let's check. Okay. So I can write 2 into 2 plus 2 as 6. This will be equal to 4, right? So if I add 2 into 4, we'll use this logic. If I multiply by, so this will be 12. Then now let us continue and see whether it will follow the logic further. So if I multiply 14 by 2 and then add 2 into this, so this will be 28. This will be 30, right? And if I multiply 30 into 2 and add 2, so this will be 60 and this will give us 62. So if my answer is 30, it is following logic with the previous element also and with the next element also. So my answer should be option 4, 30. Okay, you can see it over here. What are we doing? We are multiplying the number and then we are adding two in it. So this is a series in which we are following both multiplication. 9 plus how many positions? 5 positions will give us 14, right? So I can see it is increasing. So 14 plus 6 positions will give us the 20th position, and 20th position belongs to T. So our option will be option number 2, T. Okay. Now this one. Again, I think they're taking big jumps. It could be addition series also, but it could be a multiplication series also. And I see that this number is in decimals. If a number is in decimals, I can assume maybe it is a multiplication series or it is a division series. Like, this is an approach. This may or may not follow in every series, but this is how we can start solving the question. So because I am seeing bigger jumps or I am seeing a decimal, I can assume that this is probably a multiplication series. So in this series, we can assume that this is a multiplication series or it could be a addition series as well. Let us check. Okay, from 8 to 12, if we are going, let us say we are multiplying it by 2. If we multiply it by 2, we'll get 16, which is more. If we multiply it by 1, we'll get 8, which is less. So maybe we have to multiply somewhere between the number. If I say let us multiply it by 1.5, can we get the answer 12? Yes. 1.5 can be written as 3 by 2, right? So if I multiply 2, 4, 3s are, yes. Well, let us check if the logic is following. If we multiply 12 to 6, 6 3s are 18, yes, it is following. So probably this is the logic. Let's check. If I multiply 18, this will be 9 3s are 27. Do we have an option of 27? Yes. Okay, so this could be the answer. But we have to find the relation between the previous number as well as the next number. So let us find out. If we multiply 27 into 1.5, or you can write 3 by 2. Okay, so this will be 14.5 only. So yeah, the logic is being followed. Hence, we can say the answer is option 1, 27. Okay. Now, let's do the next element series. In next element series, we have to find the logic between the previous all elements to find the next element, right? So I can see simple addition of 2 is happening, right? So simply we'll add by 10. Option 1, 10 will be the correct. Okay. Then this A is positioned at 1, 3, 5, 7. Simple. Ninth position, ninth forward rank we have to find out. Belongs to which alphabet? Therefore, the answer will be second option, I. Then this one, I told you if it's a big jump, we have to, if it's a big jump, because I can see that numbers are increasing by, it may or may not be a multiplication series, that we'll find out only when we solve. But this is the approach we should take. We should assume that this is a multiplication series, right? So I can see this is being multiplied by 3. If I multiply this by 3, we'll get 27. If I multiply this by 3, we'll get 81. So we'll multiply this by 3 as well, and our answer will be 243, which is option number 3. Let's do it over here. 3 ones are 3, 243. Okay, this will be the answer. Next, this one, B is positioned at 2, D is positioned at 4, H is positioned at 8, N is positioned at 14. Okay. So if I have to find out the logic, I can say that this is increasing by 2. 2 plus 2 positions will give us 4. 4 plus 4 positions will give us 8. 8 plus 6 positions will give us 14. So we are increasing the number of positions also. Next will be 8 positions in 14. That will give us position. So 22nd position belongs to it. So our answer will be option 2B. Okay. This one again, I told you square. 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16. So 5 square will be 25, which will be our answer. Okay. Now this one. This one is odd one out. In odd one out series, we have to find the wrong term. We have to find the wrong term, something that does not follow the same logic or the same pattern. So here, if I look at this part of the series looks like 6 table to me. Okay, this looks like 6 into 2 is 12, 6 into 3 is 18, 6 into 4 is 24, and 6 into 5 is 30. So logically, I can say that this series is following a logic. This series is following something in common. They have something in common. But this term looks odd to me. This term looks different because it is not fitting into this series. Maybe if in place we had 6 into 1, 6, that would be the correct answer. That would be a logically correct series. So this term looks like an odd term to me because it does not follow the same logic. Hence, my answer will be option 1, which is 7. Okay. Next one. This also looks like a multiplication series to me, as I told you. So I can say that 3 into 3 will give us 9. 9 into 3 will give us 27. 27 into 3 is 81. And ideally 81 into 3 should give us 243. But again, this term is out of place. 243 would have been in this position. It would have made more sense. Therefore, 162 is the odd term that does not follow the logic of the series. Hence, your answer will be option 4. Okay. Over here, again, because the numbers are jumping, I assume it is a multiplication series. So 2 into 2 will give us 4. 4 into 2 will give us 8. 8 into 2 will give us 16. So 16 into 2 should give us 32. So this is a logically correct series. But over here we have 31, which looks out of the place, which looks odd. Therefore, our answer will be option number 3. Sorry. So because 31 looks out of place, so our answer will be option number 3, 31. Okay. Now let us look at this. Again, it looks like a table, a very familiar table. 7 ones are 7, 7 twos are 14, 7 threes are 21, 7 fours are 28. So 7 fives are 5. So this looks out of place. hence our answer out. So I think this is an addition series because the numbers are not jumping, very much. So I think this is the addition of 12. Yes. 30 plus 12. 12 into this. Will it give me 37? Yes. If I keep on adding 12, will it give me 49? Yes. If I add 12, will it give me 63? No. It will not give me 63. If I add 12 into this, it will give me 61. So this particular term is wrong. It is out of the place. It is odd one out. And hence our answer will be option number 4, 63. So this concludes our alphanumeric series exercise. Thank you.